It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. And incomplete to open things up.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Burrow. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
The tackle made by Landon Roberts. The Bengals at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
On 3rd down, Burrow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This defense for the Bengals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Able to slither by. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and getting their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow over the middle. He finds Higgins. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Here's Burrow. Into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't err too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the foot.
On 1, right?
Mixon with a first down carry. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Broke through some contacts, but unable to reach the 40. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And, oh, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Here we go. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Tua sets up to pass it. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. 2 are going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A draw play for Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game,
I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, why don't we look at the defense? They came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down catch there by Jalen Waddle. What a promising debut for the 6th overall pick in the 2021 draft. Led all rookies with 104 receptions, mainly catching passes from his college teammate, Tua Tagovailoa.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking to pass. Tua. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 2nd and a couple.
Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber?
And that's caught inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here we go. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75.
And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. In motion, Hill. Another try after the first down sack.
Tua.
Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
They're going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Tua on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Bengals will get the football back.
Here we go. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
11.
A handoff running left, Mixon. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Ja'Marr Chase.
39 yards.
And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McPherson. Up and good.
It's now a 28-7 ball game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On play action. Here's Tua. Dancing to his left. And he goes out right around the 39. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Tua now on 1st down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Tua.
It's Hill, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Another catch there for Waddle. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
pulls it in at the 13. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Airing one out for Boyd. They got his man complete.
And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
11.
Burrow will throw.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. To the air again, Burrow.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
This just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal.
Actually, it is the kicker you can depend on, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Here we go. Drill 52. Claw, stand, still, chest, still.
off of play action. Tagovailoa.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Tua now on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eli Apple.
And the Bengals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
11 MT.
Burrow from his own end zone.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
11 common. 11.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
11. 11.
Now Burrow on first down.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
11.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. He's going to let it fly. He's got it with the 15.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Second down and goal. Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action. Now it's Tua.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
They're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen. But the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Strike. Check. Strike.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. A try here for the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Dolphins, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a